Hey folks, this is probably going to be the nerdiest video I have done to date. Basically, at AudioDeluxe you can get this plugin right here along with MetricHalo's Channel Strip 3. They're in a bundle right now and they're on sale. And I was curious, is it possible to use if we can get this character function to basically act the same as their character plugin, if we can set DirtyDelay to a 0 delay time as short as possible. So that's basically what I'm going to try to do. So to test that, we have to get the signals to null out. So first thing we'll need to do is we are going to need a meter to show us that. So I'm going to use Bluecast Audio. They're Bluecat Audio frequency analyst because it's just really nice. Set down and keep down an instant. Show me the left and right. Okay, got a lot of stuff going on here right now. So the next thing we have to do is here's my test oscillator. We have to first duplicate the signal. So right now the signal is going, if I turn this on, we're not going to hear it because it's outputting to this aux channel right here because I don't want to listen to this sound a whole lot. It's really annoying. So we have to first duplicate. Well, let me bypass these guys first. So first we have to duplicate the signal and get it to null with itself via inverting. Putting them together, they sum, and you can see like the signal level doubles. So once we flip one side, then it will disappear. Awesome. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to figure out how short of a delay can we get this. Can we get this to 0? We'll put this to manual, and this side to manual as well. And our shortest delay time we get is 25 milliseconds. So right now my project is at 48K. That's the sample rate I'm running. So that means 25 millisecond delay. Oops. Switch over. Bring that. Oops. Hide this. Oh, where did you go? Calculator. So a 25 millis. If my project rate is 48,000 samples per second, and there are 1,000 milliseconds. That means there are 48 samples per millisecond times 25 equals a 1,200 sample delay. So the signal coming out of this channel with dirty delay is going to be 1,200 milliseconds, or 1,200 samples later than this signal. So we have to get this one delayed that much. Now the test will be whether or not we can actually get them to line up. Oops. Because the plugins themselves, when I tested this earlier, they seem to contribute a little bit of sound. So I said 1,200. We'll hear the signal pop in a little bit. That was for character. So if we turn on character and then turn on dirty delay, we can see the signal pops in. So this is not exactly 25 for whatever reason. So we need to see if we can get this to null out. So we'll just set this as low as we can. And then from there we will finagle this number. Oh, this needs to be set fully wet. That's the other part. Okay, let's go back to 1,200. We can see the signal dropping. See how low we can get that. Okay. So for whatever reason, with this sample frequency of this sine wave, 480 hertz, sample rate of 448K for the project, the lowest I was able to get it was right about here. So let's set, we'll just mess with this, we'll set gain all the way down. Okay, so you can already tell that it's doing something. So we'll pull up character, and we'll set gain as far down as we can. Alright, so that's a pretty good null. It may be just generating a bit of random noise, who knows. So let's see if let's see what happens when we set the two. Let me make these a little smaller. Let's see what happens when we set the two to the same. So this obviously does not have the same number that's okay. So we'll set these both to valve. We'll set the gain back to, okay, so that kind of nulls out a little bit. There's obviously a bit of, let's see if I set this precision a little higher. So we're getting a little bit of an overtone of some kind. What happens when we turn up the drive? Set the drive back all the way up. So that nulls out fairly well. You can still see there's a little bit of signal coming out, but obviously on the master fader, like if I bypass this, or if I bypass this, let's see. So like they're nulling out somewhat. You know, it's at a negative 60, and coming out of my speakers, I can hear it. Let's try some of the others. Soft set. Soft set. So that's kind of the. So they are nulling somewhat. Let's see what else we can do. Tube DI. Modern tube DI. That's probably the same thing. So you know we're getting this second order harmonic right here for 480, and then this is 480 times 2 right here. And we can see, like, as you know, as we adjust this, the signals change. So we pull the gain all the way down. Pull the gain all the way down here. And then they kind of null out. So, yeah, that's a successful test. Basically, you can use this if you set it to 100% wet, and you set the feedback all the way down, the crossfeed all the way down, and the offset all the way down, and set the time as low as it can go, and then introduce. Well, just know that you can shift the plugin. Whatever track you're running through this, you have to shift it sample rate divided by 1,000 times this value. I'll put that on the screen in a little text blurb. But that basically removes the delayed signal, and then you have a free version of this character plugin without having to actually buy the character plugin, which is kind of cool. You know, you get some extra stuff, so that's pretty neat. All right, so it's a fairly successful test. This is basically below the audible level. Like, it's not showing up on my faders here. It's not showing up on the meters in the DAW. If we pull up the metering app here, level meter, you can see it's like, you know, negative. You know, it's like super low, like not audible.